Now marching time tramps out his toll, retirement bids he walk, but in our hearts we'll always keep Charlie on the clock. And
Tom. He was. Come on, Charlie. So you can see everybody that's here.
It says Newington thanks you for your service, 2002 to 2010. And
Oh, nice.
nice, that's good. Thank you very much.
So you can't eat it or drink it, Charlie. It doesn't have a alarm on it either.
It says it's got a night shut-off with adjustable volume control.
Sounds like you. So one pitch, wow.
That was the gift for Carol, the
How long
volume
will this
control.
go? As long as you want it to. It will? Until you run out of gigabytes.
Not my glasses.
No, without the numbers.
Oh, I know, not digital?
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Okay, we've had the little poem and a ditty, and Charlie's got to read what Jack has. This just come up, he has a few words, so
They don't rhyme, Charlie.
I'm gonna.
Known Charlie for quite a while. I've known him outside of the office. Years back, I was traveling across country for a conference where he got hold of my son, and Super Bowl Sunday, he sprung a leak in his piping system. No shot, I didn't know what to do. I said, call Charlie. He lives up the street. He said, you think he knows how to fix copper pipe? And I said, Miss Ty. So Charlie dropped everything, went over the house, fixed up what he needed, and went home. Good time for the game. He also was the JP for my son's wedding. Couple of came down later and calmed the nerves out. I think it was the first one he did, right, Charlie? Man of many talents. 8 or 9 years ago, it was time to search for a new building inspector. We interviewed a number of people, and once I met Charlie, I said, he's the guy, we gotta pick this guy. He said, why? He says, he's the only one we've interviewed that makes me look younger than him. And it's not true, but he just looks old. He's had a tough life. He falls off a roof, he does all, you name it, he finds a way to hurt himself. So a lot of days he humbles, barely walks in the office, trying to make us feel sorry for him, but doesn't happen. And the other thing I noticed about Charlie, I said, this guy is going to be a lot of fun. He reminds me of one of my favorite characters on TV, Archie Bunker. He had a hat on, just this thing. Just like him. He was always careful about who he called me then. At least out loud.
Same
The other person
disposition.
I thought he reminded me a lot of too was another one of my favorite characters, Ed Norton. If you look close, I mean, there's quite a resemblance, maybe with the hat. And once we hired Charlie, he got right serious, down to work, and I gotta admit, I've never probably met many people who were dedicated to the job that Charlie was, looked out so much for the town that he worked for. One of the first things he did, he came to the select meeting, he said, you're not charging enough for your permits. He was an instructor, and he did. He said, you're undercharging. He went out, gave a new fee structure, and helped bring some more money into the town. Middle of the weekend, middle of the night, he'll get a call at home on his time off. The furnace doesn't work. It's too hot, it's too cold. The clock doesn't work. The washing machine doesn't work. The stove doesn't work. He dropped everything and come running right into the town hall and help us Very dedicated. He's helped out the planning board, the board of adjustment, he's probably helped us out. And, one of the things he always did was building maintenance. I mean, he oversaw the renovation of this building. I think one of the reasons he's leaving is he's done the town garage, and that's been about as much stress as you can get, in spite of an excellent contract with him. It's about 2% off the bill, by the way. You know, construction, it's another 2%. But no, Charlie's worked well with, made a contract with the fire department. I mean, just the people who showed up tonight are reference to that. Somebody from town came in, they needed a favor, they had a question, went in to see Charlie. Selectmen meeting, something comes up, oh yeah, I'll let Charlie look into that. I think he had more on his plate one time, and he juggled more balls than anybody I could think of. He came up with it, and everything he did for the town, and I think he did well. And one of the other things he did was, in preparation for the budget every year, he put all the building maintenance down on one sheet, and he called it his wish list. And I actually got a wish list too, Charlie, and I wish you a long, happy, and healthy retirement. Thank you.
Thank you.
If there's anything you might need, we're making you an honorary lifetime citizen of the town of Newington.
I thought it was a Goldwing key, you know?
That's the key to the skyscraper. You didn't know that. And I got a copy at home.
All right, thank you.
Thank you, Charlie.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. I'll miss you. Doesn't.
Well, Jack said everything that we selected to feel about Charlie. One last thing we have to do is a proclamation for Charlie. Whereas Charles Smart has served the town of Newington for 9 years in his capacity as inspector of buildings, health officer, chairman of the safety committee, sign administrator, code enforcement officer, historian, staff photographer, inspector of septic systems, emergency management committee, computer troubleshooter, watcher of the livestock dispute, and trusted and valued advisor to both the selectmen and his good friends on the planning board. Anybody here from the planning board? And whereas Charles Smart selfishly toiled long and hard in pursuit of smooth and efficient municipal operations, all to the immense benefit of the taxpayer. And whereas some taxpayers were more appreciative than others, yet all faithfully exhibited courtesy, patience, and good humor towards said building inspector, Charles Smart. With the exception of very few. Well, actually, there are too numerous to list here. And whereas Smart tirelessly assisted with the repair and renovation of several town buildings, the meeting house and the town garage. And whereas Charles Smart knows a thing or two about malt whiskey from the west coast of Scotland, that is. And whereas said Smart has an uncanny resemblance to both, and Jack took the picture of Archie Bunker and Ed Norton. And whereas said Smart has found dozens of ways in which to hurt himself, and yet he continues to wait patiently for foul weather so as to ride his motorcycle to work. Tell me again, Charlie, how old are you? Now, therefore, we, the Newington Board of Selectmen, proclaim our thanks and gratitude to Charles Smart, and we so hereby place our hands and seal the 16th day of December in the year of our Lord, 2010. Please select slides, you can say anything you want. Leave the swearing to me.
Norrington actually gave me an opportunity to experience a lot of different things. You know, I came here just to be a building inspector. It ended up being a lot more than that. Met a lot of great people. Done some pretty unusual things. Dragged dead deer out of the road for the town. Occasionally I've operated the equipment we've had here because nobody was available, so we jumped on the backhoe or one of the trucks and stuff like that. Bob knows, he does it all the time. For the town of Greenland, you know. And a lot of people, you know, they view building inspectors as a necessary evil. And probably, I don't know, I guess maybe that's the way it is. But, you know, we do, a lot of times the selectmen are sitting there saying, you know, geez, who's gonna do this job for us? I don't know, we'll get the building inspector. So that's how I ended up with such a diversified background, working, especially for the town of Newton, you know. When I came here, I had about 22 years of municipal government, either as an employee or in an appointed position or an elected position. I've been on budget committees, planning boards, zoning boards, past president of the Historical Society in my own town, selectman, council, member of the town council and stuff like that, and also the Industrial Commission, which is now the Newmarket Community Development Commission, and a couple of other, a host of stuff, you know. It's been long, it's been interesting. Municipal government is, it's unique. And you have to wear a lot of hats, and I'm not the only one. Everyone that works for Newington here, because you're so small, everybody has to wear a lot of hats. And thank you very much for putting up with me for almost 10 years, and it's been great. You know, thank you. Last time I got a standing ovation like that, I got married. Just about 37 years ago.
All right, well,
Thank you very much.
thank you, everybody, mingle